Well, hello viewers, and today I'm doing a book review, and this is from my Instagram page, and I just had a photo of a azalea, and the book there is called The Book of Eve by Julia Blake. And okay, so this is the book review. The title is The Book of Eve. The author is Julia Blake, and she's an indie author from England. And the book details is I purchased this ebook from Amazon.com. Melissa arriving back in England from a year in Montego Bay, Jamaica. No one is to know that Melissa was at Annalisa, her best friend's funeral. No one. That's why the disguise came in handy. She made it through to the end, well, nearly, until Scott called her the name, but it was the name. Scott convinced her to come back to the house where one of the rooms were hers for 9 years. After the service, a special announcement made from Annalisa from a pre-recorded video. At the end, Annalisa says the name. Quote, "And in a flash I am back in that day nearly a decade before, to page 1, chapter 1 of the book of my life with Annalisa." End of quote. It is there that we see the beginning chapters of the story of Annalisa and Melissa, who bonded over a pair of uncomfortable shoes. We also have a look to see how the colourful group came to be, introducing us to the likes of Scott, Mimi, Robert, just to name a few. We also meet Ruth Ambleston Smythe, who knows what she wants and doesn't give two hoots about what anyone thinks. In other words, she just speaks her mind. We also discover the relationship between Scott and Melissa. Most of the story is actually based going back in time and how Melissa meets all these people and the dramas that hold for some of them. I was drawn in right away into the depth of Julia Blake's writing, as the prologue led me so quickly in that I almost forgot that I should be taking notes. As the first chapter opened up, it opened up at a sermon at a church. Julia's writing makes even a funeral at a church sound pleasant. The characters were so fascinating and colourful. I really applaud Julia for her sense of creativity. Julia's descriptive writing even more so. For example, quote, "That looked at each puzzled, the same thoughts simultaneously striking and hurtled back through the trees, skidding to a halt at the lake's edge." Unquote. I absolutely adored the chapter headings. For example, Exodus, Genesis, Chronicles, to name a few. The whole book is made up of twists and turns that keeps you on a roller coaster ride. There was an enormous plot twist nearing the end, which I didn't see coming, and I said, "What?" as well. So much so that the hairs on my arms stood up on end, as I can't believe what I had just read. Then, whoa, a second plot twist, plonked right near the end. made me take the bait hook, line and sinker. This is definitely one humdinger I never saw coming either, and I'm pretty good at guessing what is what. I recommend the Book of Eve to anyone who is in for a fast-paced book with a tremendous amount of activity, twists and turns and adventures that would make your hair curl. Look how curly my hair is after that one. I rated it, seriously now, I rated it at a 5 stars on Goodreads. And I now want to take this opportunity in thanking Julia for the most entertaining and gripping book. And also I'd like to thank Ellen Reid for recommending me this book in the first place. So it's pretty A1. So again, the Book of Eve. And I'll, in the down bar, I will link some of Julia Blake's media sites so you can go and check her out. Okay, well, that's enough from me for today. I can just see Chloe just coming up onto the bench there, so that's my cue that I need to get out of here before she starts jumping in front of the camera. So, okay then, well, see you later. Bye.